Hi people. Here we go today with the new Mudflood evidence video, and first of all I'd like to show you the Chinese mudslide, which was pictured by somebody in China. Um, this is pretty much correlates with my theory of miners, ancient miners who probably conservated the holes of drills, and sooner or later those holes get damaged, and under pressure mud is thrown out because it consists of gas, probably some liquids, and anyways, you can see how it goes. It can slide and can be whatever. So next one is a picture of Napoli or Neapolis, which is new city in Russian, um, and in Greek, in fact. What we can see in Naples, we can see the ancient ruins, which are like 6 to 7 meters deep in the soil, in the mud, whatever you call it. And it's not a cultural layer. Those constructions are pretty gigantic. Sometimes they're big, sometimes they're not so big. But anyways, it's pretty interesting. How could they be not seen by those who constructed the further constructions above them, and they just buried them and did not excavate it until the 20th and end of the 19th century. And here's a picture of how it was looking in Roman times, so-called Roman times. You know, I'm not the follower of Roman theory, because I think it's kind of fake. Okay, this is the example of what they call a cultural layer, and we can see there's no cultural layer. And we can see this is just a pile of different consistencies like mud, clay, soil. And here's Omsk, my hometown where I was born. Some other examples of windows in the ground, which are right now open due to the renovation of the building. I think there's no comments about this. Nobody would have done this on purpose. Probably it's just the mud slide which was performed by something, or most of the cities were located at the mining points, and that's how at some period of time the mine drill holes just getting damaged and the mud's coming out. Or maybe that's done on purpose, globally, worldwide, whatever you call it. It could have been done like this, just to destroy the previous civilization and bury it in the ground. And again, as we can see, it's pretty deep in the ground. Here's the pictures of the same building, were made in the beginning of 20th century. As we can see, the windows still in the ground. And here's another view of the same building, and probably pictures a little bit later. Okay. And we go into the famous picture that you probably seen and were pretty amazed of. This is France, and that picture got me pretty astonished, because I knew that France was also based on ruins, but not like this. And that's the market that we actually was located at this area. It was damaged or destroyed or demolished, if you want to call it demolition, and this is how it was performed. The huge construction was just blown, and we could have seen the site of this construction, demolition, construction. This was aerial view of it. So it's a pretty huge object, pretty huge construction. But deep in the ground we can see just the same picture, mud and sand and clay. Probably no comments about it, but it's pretty interesting to call this a cultural layer. Just imagine how much volume of construction is underground worldwide. And this is not the only proof of this. As I was telling you, most of the Moscow, most of the St. Petersburg, and most of the Russian cities are just like this. There's no cultural layer, but they call it the cultural layer. Well, whatever you want to call it, it still looks for me as a mud. Huge volume of construction, and we're pretty much fooled by all those historicals and archaeological people. And this is again the Polytechnical Museum near Lubyanka, or the KGB building. The foundation of it reaches up to 18 meters deep in the ground. This is Kazan, also this famous street in the center of city. Also, the basement reaches up to 10 meters. And we've seen this picture before, of course. And of course, we see many wooden houses all around Russia. And sometimes it's just wooden house, sometimes it's just a brick house and wooden second floor above it. And this is Abel in Syria, just another city that was excavated by archaeologists. And don't tell me it's a cultural layers. It's just amazing how people see and watch the thing and don't see anything. We call it in Russia watching and seeing nothing. Just the level of this archaeological excavation should have been turning those people to the right conclusions. But they didn't do the right conclusions, didn't make them, and got stuck in this historical concepts that they got. And again, wooden houses, which I was talking about, we have a bunch of them, and most of them get demolished from time to time because we need to construct more new ones, and huge apartment buildings being built over those evidence houses, whatever. Okay, and then just a couple of pictures of so-called cultural layers. We see this mud everywhere we go in Russia. Either it's a railroad construction or a house construction or a road construction. We see this, none of this cultural evidence that that's supposed to be left in this cultural layer. Just the pie of mud, soil, and sand. Oh, okay, and clay. And the level of this clay, mud, sand is sometimes pretty huge. Up to 20 meters, 30 meters, I think. And this is pretty amazing. I don't know. Are you amazed with that? But I am. This is the example of another probable cause of the mud flood. So it would be the dust bowl, which can bury any village or house, and then after it could be raining right above it, and so that's how can be mud composed. This is in Russia, somewhere in the north. We had this slide of mud, and so this is all buried. People getting excavated and saved by professionals, rescued in fact. Somebody's not caring anymore. This is Russia. We don't care, we don't care about anything. Yeah, just a barbaric country which doesn't care. This is sometimes how it looks when you return from your fishing trip or hunting trip or whatever. You return home and you can see no house left. You gotta find the shovel. And this is a picture of American. This is John Hughes' so-called flood and black archaeology. And we also see the mudslides and mudflood evidence everywhere. So thanks a lot for watching.